Before lockdown, I had completed an exhibition at the Soane Museum entitled Picturing the Invisible. Amongst the works I made were sculptures constructed of cast vegetables and foodstuffs, and a series of prints which originated from models in the form of architectural ruins that I had made from sugar lumps. These works were both playful and, I hope, a little essay on the nature of creativity, making from what is at hand. In some ways, these were a good preparation for the subsequent lockdown. But like I'm sure many of us, the pandemic has been a shock and a cause for reflection both on the nature of our own mortality, but also the surreal disconnect between the world as seen and the news and information we are all receiving. While the news reported growing numbers of deaths, there was no evidence on the streets, bar the eerie absence of people and the relative silence of the city with no planes and little traffic. Writing has always been important to me, but lockdown has helped focus this, and I've written a number of poems over the last 3 months. These have been made alongside a number of small sculptures which take as their central motif a builder's palette, which functions as a sculptural base and which I hope in turn can be seen as a kind of raft. Paradoxically, while I would see myself as essentially a miniaturist, the image of Jericho's Raft of the Medusa, an epic painting of French Romanticism, seemed a fitting image for the times and informed both the poem and the sculpture. The sculptures will in turn become subject matter for new prints, but at this point they await the opening up of print studios when I can access presses. The poem Drowning and Waving has a direct correlation with these current sculptures. Drowning and waving. Leaving our bed, leaving sheets unkept, breezing through the kitchen and the rooms unswept, and the scraps from the table still laying still on the floor. We leave, we fasten the windows and close the door. Past the parked cars, past the chained bikes, the refuge bins, past the trees coming into leaf, past the joggers on their early morning rise, in trainers and sweatsuits, and the cries of dog walkers, past the hedges and bushes that need trimming to make space on the pavement for social distancing. Past the dead cat on the even side, an omen or just a surprise, hit by a car run out of lives. Past messages on WhatsApp with their thoughts and asides. Past the windows with their curtains drawn taut, quickening the pace as time is short. Social distancing, a raised hand to halt, 2 meters marked out in chalk. From nowhere, a gull cuts the air with its cry, cutting into the scene like a lonely sigh, signalling thoughts of sea and sky, and brings on a dream, as vivid as any movie captured on stream, planting an idea in the front of my brain, like a metronome repeating again and again. Picture. A suitcase in hand, we head for the pier and step aboard ship to escape from here, and set off, winds filling our sails, with no thoughts of danger, hurricanes or gales, or those in peril on the sea, just rain lashed, the salt spray soaking me. But hardly from the harbour, the waving hands still in view. Picture the raft of the Medusa, the flailing crew, or on board the Titanic with arms outstretched and confidence ebbing and shortening bets. Abandoned ship as the boat in slow motion starts to list and sink below the waves, waving and drowning, it's all the same in the final accounting. Wake up, wake up! But it's not a dream, it's no laugh, we're on a ship of fools and leaking fast, too late to batten down. Life flashes before our eyes, a muffled scream, a final cry, a watery grave, chill waters taking the old and brave, and the care workers so cruelly betrayed. We said we were just keeping our heads above water while listening to the numbers of the daily slaughter. Now bobbing in the cold and black, bobbing like boys forward and back, listlessly weighing up the facts, wash your hands and don't answer back. Imagining what's below, what might attack, with our hands tied behind our back, it's just a matter of time before our sodden clothes pull us down, our lungs fill with water, and still waving we drown. And who will then drive you home tonight? Who will turn off the light? Sharks are circling, following the science. Their fins appear in this eerie silence. And is that a rain, spray, or simply a tear? And is that laughing or crying I hear? I can't keep on dreaming this same old dream. Will you still love me tomorrow, after all we've seen? We all have histories, no better or worse. Is a dream, or is it a curse? My lungs are so full, they're ready to burst. Back to bed and hide in the sheets, man overboard in my sleep.